The movers are all packed. I'm just driving us over to the new place, and Rogita is here. That's you. I'm talking about you. And we're just gonna, the movies are just finishing up, and we're gonna go into the new place. I'm so excited. That's gonna be on the roof, Derek. That'll be the new angle. These are times I can tell I'm a manifester because the urge to unpack and be settled, that is energy giving to me. Like to see all my things, the design of a materialist. One of my happiest things in life is a pile of baskets. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. And when I see my things, it's like, oh, that gives me energy, and I go and I unpack it, and I think of like Aycee still unpacking, still getting settled, and I'll be settled in a day or two. I love my things. Everything I have, I love. My roof process was this culling of, if it's not an essential, if I don't absolutely love it, if it doesn't spark joy, if it doesn't meet my aesthetic, if I don't get some type of pleasure from it, it's not in my life. If it's broken, whatever, I'm parting ways with it. This has allowed me to cultivate a space that is really refined, stylish according to my style, comfortable to meet my family's needs and my lifestyle's needs. And I just love setting up spaces. Derek and I have moved a lot, and we have a pretty good system. He's really effective at winding down closing up whatever the past life was. He does a lot of the packing. We pack together, but he does a lot of the packing and the kind of coordinating, booking the movers, this type of thing. And on the days that we move, I'm usually the one who's at the new place waiting for the new stuff to come, and I do most of the unpacking. I'll direct him, like, let's hang the TV, or let's build this piece of furniture. But I'm the one who opens the boxes, get the things out, decides where it's gonna go, live in it for a second, adjust it. And I love that. I love that part. So I find unpacking to be very energy giving, because every time I open my things, I love what's inside. So it's like, oh, this. And yes, I love baskets. I love to thrift baskets. I had a basket limit for a while, and a credenza limit. Derek was like, no more credenzas, no more baskets. And I was like, we'll see about that. Look at me, I'm like pee.
So here we are playing a video game. Well, I'm not playing the game. He's playing the game and I'm watching. And I just really like the colors. I like that because the game is actually, it was in black and white, which I thought was so cool. And the room was blue at the time. And I'm like, this looks so great. And sometimes I just really like being in places where things look cool. We watch animes a lot together. That anime that we were watching was called Komi Can't Communicate. And it's about this human who's like this beautiful person, but they have a hard time like speaking and communicating with other people. They have social anxiety, and it's so funny because both of us have social anxiety.
Hello, how are you going? Oh my God! See everywhere. Look at little kids.
We are in Decatur. We decided to eat things. I love oysters so much because they're the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. Are we allowed to mention psychedelics? So it's interesting because whenever I take psychedelics, oysters are like the one meat item that I can eat without thinking, like without being disgusted. It's really weird. So like if I take mushrooms, afterwards, it's just like all you can eat is pineapples and melons and barely vegetables, but like fruit and nuts. My body's like, that's all we can eat. But oysters, I can still eat those. And that to me feels like magic. Like, I wonder why oysters are the thing that my body doesn't turn against. That's one thing. It also like, it feels magical when I eat them. It feels like in my body, it feels sparkly inside when I eat oysters. I don't know if this is like the witch in me, but it's like this thing is alive. Like it was very recently alive, and I'm eating it alive, which it sounds terrifying, but like, or very close to life. And it feels like I'm eating life, which is I think why the shrooms are okay, because it's not like fully dead. And I can feel it. Like it's like
so yeah. This is the most primitive. This is so interesting that you'll have consumed mushrooms and they'll say we can only have pineapples or fruit or nuts because that's your determination. And you might go through phases of oysters, lots, and then perhaps just a little spell of not, and you know, because it's like your body only really wants to have one high quality thing. And you're like, I determined oysters to be the most high quality magic I can consume. Wow, that's such a great example.
Simplicity is important in food, and I can also taste everything. I don't know how to describe it, and I didn't notice that this was strange until like I was eating with a friend, and I took a bite of something, and she's like, "Do you like it?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, I like this flavor, this temperature, and this texture, but I don't like this like bottom flavor, or like there's like a flavor that's in the back of my throat. So I can taste it, and I don't like what it's doing in the back of my mouth." And she's just like, "Why can you see all of that and taste all of those things?" And I'm like,
So when Zach and I first started dating, he had an interest in photography and videography. Like he did it for fun and for free on the side. And when I was trying to get him to move to New York, I was like, you know, this is a full-time industry here, like a full-time industry. He worked full-time at Target and he did this for fun. And that was the beginning of him starting to actually be like, oh, I could be paid to do this. I could be paid to do the thing that I love to do. And he learned in New York, he did not like the freelance hustle. He didn't necessarily love videography, but it's been such a cool journey to watch him go from so not believing that that was possible, like thinking like the only way I can survive in America is to have a 9-to-5 job that's very consistent, has nothing to do with my hobbies, to going like all the way around to now working at a camera store. Majority of the photos that are in our apartment are shot by him. And he's now in this place of like, okay, wait, like I really could do this for a living. And at the very least, like I can do it because I love it and just like not be afraid to take the shots. My favorite things are the things that I don't have, that I watch him move through, like having a defined ajna with a first line. I think that is something that like, it's just a very interesting, there's like so much specificity and like detail and like, this is a fact and this is where it goes. And I couldn't be more opposite. I couldn't be more different. So it's like very fun to get to watch the world through his eyes. And then that too, with the way he communicates, like, again, he has a completely open head, defined ajna, defined throat. So he'll get really frustrated with the way he communicates, and like he'll say something that's not actually what he was trying to say. So it's really fun to like then get to the root of what he was trying to say and see kind of like where the wires were crossed. So I have a lot of fun with that one. I just went 0.5 and then I'll just leave it right there. Okay, now you can see my like lime green love.
Like, what's her space like? What's her space like? So, Kate, before we even get into that, before we get into any of that, you're married. What does it feel like? What does it feel like?
You know, it honestly feels like exactly the same, but like really, really like deeply rooted. Like there's like a, yeah. And there's like the week, like even like bringing it up, I'm like, I can feel my body starting to like the day of, and then the whole week after, it literally felt like my body did not stop vibrating. Like it was physically calibrating to this unconditional love. Like, and like when I rewind all the way back to our relationship, like what I resisted the most was that like Like I literally, my biggest fear was, what if we both just want to be in love so badly that we think it's each other, but we're not actually in love? Like I was that afraid of how much we loved each other. And so it's this like, that was the whole like leading towards marriage. That was my whole fear of like, is this really safe? Can I do this? Can I not? And it was like the morning I woke up, I literally felt my soul outside of my chest. And I was already like, and it was like, I couldn't take a deep breath because it was already so far. Like it was taking up the air between here. It was the weirdest thing. And then I had this, like, it felt like my soul was like dancing. Like it was just having a blast. And my physical body was like, like freaking out. And then I heard so clearly, the last time you experienced this, you were unionized with your mom. You were being birthed. Like the last time your body went through this, you came through a birth canal. So like, don't mind me while I set up the canal for today. And it was this like I could feel myself, like Zach was sleeping and I could feel myself like doing something over him. Like I was like preparing our union.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then I threw up all morning, like, which I never normally do. Like, couldn't keep anything down. I literally only had water and like nibbles of crackers, like nibbles. And then I had like a little bit of like a carrot turmeric drink, ginger, carrot, like something like, I saw turmeric and I was like, yeah, cool, I'll do it.
Just nerves.
It wasn't even nerves, like, cause I was like emotionally and mentally steady.
Yeah.
Chill. So chill. But it was like my physical body was just like, sorry, like I don't know what's happening. Like it was like just this like total, I don't even know. Like anytime I would like when I was trying to put stuff in my body and like everybody was like, you have to eat. It was like this resounding like, not today. Like it kind of felt like I wasn't a physical body that day.
It was like a fasting, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the only thing that could be in my body was the energy of the day.
So obviously you're not emotional authority and your whole family is.
My whole family is, and my nanny is too. I am just surrounded by emotional overflow at every second of every day. I just run away. This is not a masterful plan, and it's probably not one that I would recommend, but I just run. As soon as I feel a little rupture starting to bend over the corner, I just run. I go to the office, I go outside, and everyone's always like, where are you going? Away from here.
My mom died a month before she came to Holland. Yeah. But just I don't know if you feel this, but I feel a lot of it.
It can actually be quite draining to feel like there's a bunch of these little eruptions going on, and I'm oftentimes feeling it way before they are. So I'll come to Alex and be like, what's going on? I can feel something. You're prickling the air here. And I can feel, oh, nothing's wrong. Nothing. Oh, really? Because I can feel this pain, this like, it's like a sloshy stomach. That's what it feels like when you drink too much water and you're just walking and it's just sloshy. That's what it feels like feeling other emotional beings.
I'm very happy. I'm actually excited, yeah.
My husband is a 4/6 emotional generator.
What's it like having a partner on the roof?
And it's pretty cool now because I am very close-knit, like a tight circle, close-knit. When Alex and I first met, it was not like that. He had so many friends, a huge, wide network of people, which he still has, but it's matured in a way. All right, let's see it, baby. Yeah,
I like can't even like open my eyes. Like it's scary to think about.
Falling in love?
Yeah. Yeah, it feels scary. So on the second date that we went on, he set up a picnic and we went to dinner after. And we were just kind of joking around and talking and getting to know each other and actually bantering for the first time and really learning how well we got along. And he was telling me that his sister was in the Dominican Republic and that he really wanted to go on a vacation. And both of us being entrepreneurs, we had related to each other on this level that we didn't take a lot of time off. So when he said that he was thinking about booking a vacation on a whim, I asked him, are you the type of person who would just book a vacation? And he was like, yeah, but I've never had anyone to do that with. And he's like, are you the type of person who would do something like that? And I was like, yeah, but I don't have anyone or haven't had anyone who would do that with me. Okay, we are. Oh, it's a cooking show. I've been absolutely starving this week. It's absurd. I don't know what is going on, but I just am, it's like I can't get full no matter what I do, which is very not typical of me. I'm wanting to make some cashew cheese. Oh, I have to soak them. Soak the cashews in very hot water for 30 minutes to an hour or overnight. 30 minutes at lunch. All right, let's heat up. So, you see? I don't think you can, but there's so much in here. Okay, I'm gonna drink this. How many cashews? Oh, this is about a... And now a bunch of cashews just fell in the dishwasher. Like, why am I so hungry? I just... Like, nothing I eat satisfies me. I don't know, the food on the trip, like, it wasn't that great, so maybe I'm just making up for lost time. Very hot water, but it says. When I think about my life and what I see for myself, I think I see a mixture of nesting and adventure. Okay, what now? I have to wait 30 minutes? I just like want to eat everything. The heat from the dishwasher feels so good. And I'm standing over a heated dishwasher because I'm cold. I think I was just so warm for so many days in the most tropical, beautiful. Okay, see you in 30 minutes. I am cold thirst determination.
How would you describe that?
I noticed that I do a lot of experimenting with raw foods. I eat cooked foods, but I prefer to snack on and experiment with cold, uncooked foods. And I especially love eating when it's warm outside because I feel like those are the foods that I gravitate towards, like smoothies and salads and just anything really fresh. We're back. I actually waited 2 hours. I think I'm just gonna like make it as a dip and dip things in it. She's heavy. When I make food for someone, especially like someone new, I get so nervous and I like made food on the fly this afternoon, and I just like had my like weird healthy shit. Wow, these noises are unreal. First time I cooked for him, I made salmon, and it was so good, but I undercooked the rice. There's an emergency. Cooking means so much to me, and I feel like I kind of f***ed up a little bit twice in a row. Mediocre impression. So in goes the garlic. Also, when you're mostly plant-based, you really narrow down the options for what you can cook, and it's more challenging to cook really tasty plant-based things, I find. I like it. This is public. This is public, Alex.
We can't find. They're all too big. How are we gonna have a fire in one that's too big?
We have to make one.
How?
Cinematic mode. What? So you just look so good.
Workouts.
Oh my god.
How do you regulate your sacral?
I do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it. And that's how I take care of my sacral. I think I'm like at like the final sprint of the runway where I'm like getting people, things, places, like experiences like out of my world that in any way inhibit me from honoring what I want to do. And so it's gotten easier and easier and easier over time, but it really is like, if I feel out of whack, I'm not doing what I want to do. And it's like that simple, which is sometimes a little annoying.
So messy.
Wow.
We are really fast unpackers and we get settled pretty easily. Whenever somebody comes and visits, they're like, oh my gosh, you're already so settled. Looks like you've lived here. When did you move? And we're like, oh, 3 days ago. And I just like to move quickly and feel comfortable. I like to get settled. Like I like to get in there and have my things around and get settled. And there's a little bit of added pressure because we have family coming in a couple days because it's going to be Hoxley's birthday. So we're moving, and a couple days later, my in-laws will be here.
I have lots of like hawk in you, but like,
I'm the star.